Thank you, Madam Toastmasters. Uh, Before I begin, I'd like to say I am currently in a police car. So if you hear anything in the background, this is my one call. No, I'm kidding. I'm really in a police car, though. So the radio might go on at times. All right, thank you. God gave Noah the rainbow sign. No more water. The fire next time. These words were written by James Baldwin in his powerful book, The Fire Next Time. It serves they serve as both a warning and a prophecy. The fire Baldwin speaks of is not just a literal blaze, but a metaphor for social upheaval, revolution, and the burning desire for change. But here is the question I want to explore today. What happens next after the fire comes? What do we do when the flames of anger, injustices, and resistance have just burned through? How do we rebuild? And where do we go from here? Inspired by Baldwin's words and the history of Kupetet Budekai, which I will describe more later, I want to reflect on what these lessons mean for our world today. A world facing turmoil in Haiti, in the United States, and across the globe. I will explore these themes in three parts. Part one, historical context. During the Haitian Revolution, there was a powerful cry. In Creole, it's called Coupetet Boulekai, which translates to cut off heads, burn houses. It was a declaration of defiance, a call for liberation after centuries of brutal oppression under colonial rule. It represented the radical and sometimes violent actions taken by people who were denied their humanity. The, the revolutionaries of Haiti were driven by a fierce desire for freedom. They lamented slavery. They understood that sometimes the whole systems needed to be torn down in order to rebuild something new. But as powerful as these fires of revolution were, they also, unfortunately, left behind ashes, ruins that needed to be built and rebuilt. James Baldwin understood this cycle. He warned that if America continued to ignore the cries for justice, there would be no avoiding the fire. But Baldwin's message was not about destruction, it was a challenge for us to consider. What do we build after the fire has burned through? Part two, current global struggles, right? Today we face so many fires. In Haiti, political corruption and economic hardship have left people desperate for change. They are crying for justice, just as they did centuries ago. And yet, the question remains after the fires of protest and resistance, what comes next? Here in the United States, for example, we are not immune to these flames. We see the echoes of Baldwin's America, echoes that include racial tensions, police violence, and the fire for equality playing out right now on the streets. The fires of Ferguson, for example, Minneapolis, and beyond are not just physical but symbolic, burning through the very fabric of our nation. And also, let's not forget the fires raging in other parts of the world as well. We have wars, conflicts, and uprisings in places like Ukraine, Gaza, and elsewhere. As we look at these situations, we must ask ourselves, are we simply setting fires or are we also preparing to rebuild afterward? Unfortunately, these are questions that are still up in the air. The third part I'd like to discuss is moving forward after the fire. Baldwin teaches us that radical change is necessary, but it must be followed by something more. If we only focus on the flames, we miss the opportunity to heal, to rebuild, and to create a new world from the ashes. In Haiti, Coupe-tête Boulekai was necessary at the time to break the chains of colonial oppression. But history also shows us that once the fire is out, the real work begins. The challenge isn't just to destroy what is broken, but to rebuild something stronger, fairer, or and more just in its place. So, what can we learn from this? Whether in Haiti, the United States, or anywhere else where people are demanding justice, we need to remember that the fire can clear a path, but it cannot build a future. That requires something deeper. Building a future requires something deeper. It requires love. It requires empathy and a vision for what comes next. We must move beyond anger and destruction. We must harness that energy for creating lasting changes. This means investing in our communities, uplifting the marginalized, and using our collective power not just to tear down, but to build up. In conclusion, let me leave you with this thought. The fire may cleanse, but it cannot build. What we choose to build after the fire is what defines us, both individually and as a society. It's easy to let anger consume us, but true strength lies in choosing love, in choosing to rebuild, and in choosing to work together to create a world where the fires of injustice have no more fuel to burn. So, fellow Toastmasters, as we face the fires of our world today, let us ask ourselves, what will we build after the flames die down? The answer to that question will shape our future. Thank you.